everyone, it's Mark from CricketBatInfo, and today we're going to be doing a Players Edition, a TC1260. I have made some changes. I've been losing footage of the main camera for one thing. Trying to review there while I'm looking there is not actually possible, so I'm just going to sort of be looking at my footage there. And all these changes, you know, that's why I do this, just to keep improving. I hope you do enjoy it. And if you do, consider subscribing and liking the video. See if we can get one of these trending, but we'll get on with the video straight after this. Welcome back. Firstly, the unicorn in the side. This is all about reminding you not to chase unicorns. Player editions. So the story of this bat is that Anthony, the guy who sent it to me, actually made contact to some dude in the UK who said that he visited the Sondhi factory and asked for a player's bat, and they made this out of player's stock. Let's have a look. So the first thing I can tell you straight out is that the wrapping that it came in, I took that off because it had my initials on it for some reason, and that 8TCL, that 8 represents that this is 2018 2019 stock, so this is the model from that year. And obviously with 2020 being an absolute disaster for travel, he obviously didn't travel to buy it then. So 2018 2019, it's possible. I don't know the actual truth of it. So this is the bat that he's paid for, and he's probably paid the equivalent of a player's edition in today's money for a model from then, which probably would have cost around $850 new, and he's probably had this delivered for just over $1,000. The bat itself, because of the age of the willow, you get more color coming through, so that polish that they put on that whitens it, it just tends to fade after time, and you get this sort of natural look about it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and a 10th grain on the side there. We've got a little bit of heartwood running down the right-hander's inside edge. We've got the laser engraving there, and TC, Traditional Cricketer 1260, so this is the top model for the traditional cricketer ones. And they've obviously changed their stickers since then. We've got the silver and red accents on the back, and that Players Edition laser engraved in the back. Now the stickers themselves are not textured, but they're good quality. I mean, I actually rate New Balance bats now after the last one that you saw back in my playlists, and I'll probably leave a link to it in the description. It is a very traditional sort of bat in that it's sort of peaking in that mid to mid-high, and it's got a bit of spine running down towards the low position, so you've got a lot of playing area from that high spine. It would feel very nice and crisp anywhere from this position even down to here. Generally with the bats, when they peak and they start to run towards the handle, the ball played in that sort of area there doesn't feel as good, but we'll see when we tap this up if it actually feels better. So you get good action from that sort of area, so you get a much more extended sort of middle. The shape itself, I mean, you could argue that, you know, this is the same sort of shape that CA do, with that really high profile to aid balance and aid pickup, but then the spine running down towards the toe. You got a round toe, which I don't mind obviously, because that's how I always say it. Let's have a look at that toe here. Flat face, grains running pretty nicely through the toe. Turn that around and you'll see we do have some concaving here. And if I put my ruler down on it, you'll see probably 3 mil of concaving on either side. That spine doesn't actually look that high, and when I put the gauge down through there, you'll see that it's giving away possibly around 4 mil there, and because of the flat face, it's also giving away 3 mil on the face. So we're probably going to see around a 60 millimeter spine on this. It's not filling the gauge, and you know, a lot of you basically feel that a bat is only good if it fills that out, and I don't think that's how you should think about things. Bats have different characteristics, so fuller bats tend to be pick up even to heavy, depending on where that meat is put in the bat, whereas bats with concaving tend to feel a bit more airy, wand-like and allow you to play the full range of shots. And you could argue that concaving is just a way of making a heavy cleft feel lighter and all those type of things, but I generally look at concaving as a way of redistributing wood rather than positioning it all in one spot so it looks nice and full, and then having nothing in the other areas. You're repositioning it so that you get a more extended sort of hitting area. Now, as far as the flat face, there is some attempt to bone the edges. They're not left hard and sharp. So let's do some measurements. And firstly, up here at the shoulder, it's fairly narrow, isn't it? It's 12 millimeters there. And up here, 35.2, which is okay. I don't mind that. I don't like the ones that are heading towards 30. That does say 39 mil edge, so it's not sacrificing anything in that edge department, but it is in that higher position. 19.6, and down here in the center, 26.7. So that's because of that flat face. You're not getting as much wood down in the center there. Yeah, if you're somebody who really drives down here all the time, then you probably wouldn't go for this. If you're somebody who waits for the ball and plays under your eyes, a higher middle generally suits you a lot better. But I mean, you should be able to tell when you're buying bats, look at where the cherries are on your bat to try and work out where your hitting zone is. And then you can look at bat shapes and say, yeah, that would suit me or that wouldn't suit me. Don't go so much on the dead weight, go on where the action is and other sort of more real things like how the handle shape is, which I'll explain right now. So this handle shape is a semi-oval. It's in the medium, yeah, it's medium. It's not thin, it just feels medium. Not nice actually with this grip, and the top is semi-oval to round. But yeah, it actually feels quite nice in the hands, and it would feel better with a obviously gloves on. We'll have a look under the handle to see what's actually going on. And like all FC Sondhi made bats, you get this 8 3-digit thing here. This is 3 cork and good quality binding that isn't glued over like you see on some bats. And the gluing over can add weight but also balance the bat. And generally I see a lot of bat makers trying to save weight where they can, and they'll do it with other tricks like narrowing the bat, taking the binding off, or you know, other things, drying the crap out of it. The spine itself, I'll get the calipers on here, and I suggested it'd be around 60, and that's exactly what it is, 60.8. Let's see what the width of the bat is. It doesn't look to me to be a bat where they're trying to make it narrower. And 108.1, that's probably moved slightly as I've taken it off, 107.9. So they make bats to the specifications, the maximum they can do within the rules. The finishing, look, because it's an older bat, it's sort of lost its real shine. And it does have some sort of knocking here. It's been in the wrapper when it came to me, but it's obviously been knocked around a bit. I think that FC Sondhi do finish a bat pretty well. I have though heard more recently, and I will disclose that, is that the repairers are seeing in the current season, just past, of New Balance bats having handle issues. So this is an older one. I don't think that will be too much of a problem. What does it feel like? So in the hands, it's a nice feel. It actually feels like it's going to play really well, and I can pretty much play all the shots. It's got some meat to it. I'd say that it feels like a 2.9 in the hands, and we will weigh it straight away. And 287, so 288. So that actually makes sense as to why I would like it, because that's my ultimate dead weight, 287. That's what I tend to look for. But yeah, I can't use, due to my age, bats in that 210 range anymore. It just limits the amount of shots. If you play with a bat that's too heavy for you, you can't really play your horizontal bat shots, and I tend to play a lot of horizontal bat shots, probably because I'm useless these days. So what do we go to next? Well, I guess we'll go straight to the tap up, starting at the toe. And it actually does sound quite good there in that low position. Getting better towards that middle, and right there it's really nice. And it's still got a little bit of action in that mid-high position. So that's generally the thing with running that toe down into the bottom. That's why CA bats seem to play pretty nicely in a lower position too, because they've got that spine running down towards the toe rather than the duckbill shape, which tends to, be dead from this area onwards. But this one, that will have a little bit of action there as well. But I think it feels pretty good. Off center, yeah, it's okay. So, does it compare to Pro Willow? And there's no point chasing this sort of player willow. Good quality willow made properly to your specifications will do you a lot better than trying to play with a bat made to somebody else's specifications. And the reason that those player bats are so good is because those players are so good. The quality of the willow, there's marginal gains when you're looking at those bats. Yeah, sure, those really full shapes that you get, the player profiles, which are much fuller and bigger than this, absolutely they're gonna hit the ball harder. But a lot of it's just to do with where that meat is located in the profile. But this is good quality willow. There's no doubt in my mind that this is good quality willow. And once Anthony uses it, he should have no problems making runs. And it's not a specific player's bat, but it is a player's edition nonetheless. So you know that you're getting good quality willow. I generally think anywhere between, in Australian money, $500 and $800. You don't really need to spend any more than that. There you go. That is a TC 1260 circa 2018 player's edition. Thank you very much for Anthony to sending that into the channel. I do hope you enjoyed the review, and if you do consider whacking that like button and subscribing if you want to see more of the content, and also comment below if you've had this bat before or you want to share information on the brand to other people. Just don't go price, because I don't know where he bought it. So this is not for sale. Thanks everyone, see you on the next one.